Hey Dad, you got a letter in the mail. Aw, damn it. Is it bills? If it's bills, then just throw it out in the trash. I'm not sure. Why don't you just take a look? What the f*** is your problem? Oh my god, this is a check for $10 million. See, Brandine, I told you my unemployment would pay for this month's rent.
For those of you who don't know Brittany Dawn Fitness, she is a social media fitness influencer. She has nearly 300,000 subscribers on her YouTube channel and over 500,000 Instagram followers. So she's already built a pretty big name for herself, but I only just recently heard of her after a controversy broke out over her online coaching business, where she is alleged to have scammed hundreds, if not thousands, of customers by promising services, not delivering on those services, but just keeping the money anyway and not issuing out refunds. And the story really blew up after Cassidy Campbell pranked her at the LA Fitness Expo pretending to be the father of someone she scammed. And judging by that constant smirk on her face, she just knows up until this point she's been able to get away with scamming people for years, but fortunately, she is receiving a very rude awakening. Now, what really surprised me about the story is that so many people would give her money in the first place. Maybe it's just me, but all the videos I've seen of her, she just comes off as very fake, and she has this really weird, strong tan, and she wears so much makeup. She doesn't even look like a real person. The best way I can describe it is she looks like a computer-generated character in a movie. It's like watching the Hulk in any of the Avengers films. You can just tell it's fake. But she has built up her own niche audience, and she's sort of a girly girl. She talks about dating, fashion, makeup, and of course she looks good. She's into fitness, she looks fit, so I can see a lot of young women becoming interested in some of her content. And she also has some pretty impressive transformation photos, which may lead some into thinking that she knows a thing or two about dieting and training, and that's where this whole story starts off. A few years ago, Brittany decided she wanted to start her own online coaching business, and she'd offer custom meal plans, workout plans, and she'd also do check-ins and phone calls with her clients. And her business really exploded, but unfortunately it grew too quickly. So many people were paying for online coaching services all at once that there was no way for her to actually provide for all of her customers since she's only one person, she only has so much time to spend. So what she ended up doing was, instead of offering custom meal plans and workout plans like she had promised, she'd just give everyone cookie-cutter programs that weren't custom-tailored for anyone. A lot of people didn't even get results following her cookie-cutter programs. She wouldn't have good contact with any of her clients. A lot of people wouldn't be able to do check-ins with her, no phone calls like she had promised. And worse yet, some people had paid for her online coaching services, and they'd hear absolutely nothing back from her. Not a peep, and she just kept their money. Now, Brittany has come up with a lot of excuses for why she did this, and we'll get to that later on, but anyone with common sense would ask, why didn't she just issue refunds right away? And why didn't she just set sales limits on her website so she wouldn't be swamped with orders she couldn't handle? Well, I'll tell you the exact thought process she used to justify scamming all of these people.
Narland, you better not cash that check. It was given to you by mistake, and you better just return it before you get yourself into trouble. Okay now, Brandine, we could go to the unemployment office and return the $10 million check, or we could go to the bank, cash the check, flee to Mexico before the police find out about it, and be rich as hell. Now, I think it's pretty obvious what the right decision is in this situation.
So this is a very simple story. This woman ended up getting way more clients than she thought she would. She's greedy and selfish, and when she had the choice between running a respectful, legitimate business or making a ton of money by stealing from people, she chose the latter because she only cares about herself and she doesn't care if she harms anyone. And this behavior actually transfers over to how she treats animals. In one of her vlogs, she showed everyone the horse she rides, and I'm assuming she owns this horse. I mean, why wouldn't she own a horse when people give her tons of money? And it's not like she works for a living, so she has plenty of free time to ride her horse. But there were two things that really stood out here. For one thing, she rides her horse with a bit. If you don't know much about horses, bits are quite literally torture devices for horses. They're designed to put pressure on very sensitive nerves in their mouth, which gives them so much pain that they're forced to obey whatever command you give them. And if you want to read into this topic any further, then I suggest reading this paper, which was published in the Journal of Equine Veterinary Medicine. The summary of this paper states that the bit method of control is invasive, physiologically contraindicated, and counterproductive. A bit frightens a horse and causes pain, suffering, and injury. It is often responsible for a horse's poor attitude to exercise and the source of over 100 behavioral problems, and the list goes on. And it doesn't end there. If you keep watching this video where she's working with her horse, she ends up kneeling down, and you can see that she also uses spurs, which again are torture devices. They're meant to dig into the horse's sides, causing so much pain that the horse is forced to obey whatever commands you give them. So in my opinion, this woman is a terrible person in every sense. She abuses people and animals for her own personal enjoyment, and now that this story has finally broken out, she's trying to do damage control, and she uploaded this really terrible apology video to her channel.
I apologize to anyone who feels like they got scammed from me, and I genuinely promise that my intentions from the start were pure.
So when you took everyone's money, didn't give them what they paid for, and you kept the money anyway, you only had pure intentions. I love how she's also reading this off of her iPhone 7 in her huge multi-floor condo. She also owns a horse. She even owns a Range Rover. Oh yeah, you had the purest of intentions.
God damn it, Brandine. I'm just trying to do what's right for our family. Do you have any idea how much $10 million is worth in Mexico? Narland, we can't just up and leave to Mexico. What about Keegan? I want him to go to a good school in America so he can have a future. Why the hell would Keegan need to go to school if we're rich? God, you're just so stupid sometimes.
I wanted to help and impact as many women as I could because I felt like this is why I was given this incredible platform.
Cool story. There's an entire Facebook page dedicated to all the people you have scammed. Women gave you hundreds of dollars of their hard-earned money because they looked up to you, they trusted you, and you just took their money and ran. I also found this article online where someone shared their experience working with Brittany, and by communicating with other members of Brittany Dawn's Facebook group, she found out that they were all given the same cookie-cutter program, despite paying for personalized programs, and when Brittany was supposed to be doing weekly check-ins with these people, she'd just give them the same cookie-cutter email, not responding to any questions or concerns. And this article was written by a young woman who, at the time, was only 19 years old. She was struggling with body image issues, and she used the little money she had to pay for Brittany's online coaching because she thought Brittany could help, but she just ended up getting taken advantage of. And keep in mind, Brittany has done this to hundreds, if not thousands, of other women. There is just no excuse for that. And all she can do is just read some stupid apology off of her goddamn iPhone with her painted on eyebrows. You are the definition of fake.
When you're given an opportunity like this, you would be stupid not to take it and run with it, and unfortunately, I ran too fast for one person.
She said it herself. Once she saw the money come in, she just ran with it.
Alright, so do you have any idea why I stopped you today, sir? No, officer. Is my tail light out? No, but close. I stopped you today because you have a huge pile of money in your backseat and you're driving with a suspended license.
So, to go along with her fake apology, she also tried fake reimbursing people. First, she claimed that she would refund everyone's money, but she only offered to refund half of their payments, but then the few people who have actually received any kind of refund only ended up receiving 1/4 of what they paid. So rather than receiving the agreed upon half, she only sent half of that. So again, this just shows that she just took the money and just ran, spent it all on crap like Range Rovers, horses, overpriced clothes, and of course her big condo.
Alright, officer, I know I'm in big trouble right now, but let's make a deal. How about I give back half the money I stole and then you just let me go? Actually, that's too much money. How about I just give you 1/4?
Then she had the bright idea of getting a lawyer involved, and she tried forcing everyone to sign a non-disclosure agreement before issuing out any refunds, which again shows she's not sorry that she did this, she's not trying to make things right, and this has become national news. She ended up on Good Morning America, and if you thought she couldn't make herself look any worse...
I jumped into an industry that had no instruction manual.
Oh, so you needed an instruction manual to tell you that you shouldn't steal from people.
I'm basically going through uncharted territory, and I'm doing the best that I can to the best of my ability.
Uncharted territory? No, there have been online coaches before you came along, and I don't know any other business where it's seen as appropriate to promise a service, take everyone's money, not deliver on that service, but keep everyone's money anyway. So that's Brittany Dawn Fitness. She's a selfish liar who abuses people and animals, and I'm glad to see her finally getting what she deserves. And if you like this video, maybe consider supporting me on my website. I have some funding perks you may find interesting. If you're looking for clothing, then check out the Vegan Gain store. And as always, keep making those vegan gains.
Beef. What a relief. When will this poisonous product cease? This is another public service announcement. You can believe it or you can doubt it. Let us begin now with the cow. The way it gets to your plate and how.